of our GPIO and PNP spokesperson, Brigadier General L.D. Bradley Osana. Sir?
Salamat po. Magkakaroon po ng slight changes. We used to have the CPNP delivering yung press statement prior to the question and answer portions. But this time, insofar as press statement is concerned, this will be first delivered by the GPIO and eventually ang ating po mga puting official headed by our CPNP together with all other officials will also be available for the question and answer. On behalf of the CPNP, I welcome everyone to this first interaction between the 25th CPNP with the PNP Press Corps since his assumption into office last November 2, 2020. He has actually intended this debut media event to be a cordial meet and greet with the press corps and possibly to strike a mutual understanding on how we can better serve each other's professional interests under ideal conditions of police-media relations. And now that we have practically established the basic essentials of our source and media relationship, I believe we can now get down to business and put this relationship to action. First, the PNP through the Finance Service has rolled out an amount of 7,988,196,040 to pay for the 2020 year-end bonuses and cash gifts of the 215,571 PNP personnel who are qualified to receive this mandated financial windfall that is now credited to their individual ATM payroll account with Land Bank of the Philippines. However, payment of bonus is deferred for personnel with administrative cases, especially those serving suspension. Second, as the Chief PNP has announced earlier, he will be leveling the playing field for placement of police commissioned officers to key positions by providing equal opportunities for women. In fact, the Chief PNP himself, prior to his assumption as Chief PNP, has put into practice empowering more women to take on command assignments that traditionally have been the domain of their male counterparts. At present, the entire PNP personnel complement comprises 17.81% female, with 15.33% female police commissioned officers being represented. Third, the CPNP has issued a series of command guidance and 7 operational items that shall henceforth form part of policy on various aspects of administration and operations. These guidance have been circulated PNP-wide by the National Headquarters through a memorandum issued by the Chief of the Directorial Staff. This guidance clearly defines its intention on the following operational matters: campaign against illegal drugs, campaign against illegal gambling, campaign against terrorism, campaign against criminality and corruption among police officers, and the sustained anti-COVID support activities through community service-oriented policing program. Effective public service through diligent execution of existing PNP operational processes and policies, protective equipment for personnel engaged in tactical operations. The salient points of his command guidance on administrative matters include fiscal reform to optimize utilization of resources, 2. Diligent execution of existing administrative policies, 3. Internal cleansing, 4. Competency of police personnel engaged in anti-illegal drugs operations, 5. Anti-corruption, 6. Strengthening of the disciplinary mechanism, 7. Strengthening of human resources, and 8. Other administrative items involving organizational reform and internal matters. 4. On the death of Police Lieutenant Colonel Walter Anayo last Saturday in Maguindanao, the CPNP has already instructed the Regional Director of PRO Bangsamoro Autonomous Region to put special attention to the investigation of this case, not only because the victim was a ranking police officer, but also because his death is vulnerable to undue speculation that will only serve to muddle the investigation. The appeal of our CPNP is for everyone to please allow the investigation to proceed and to avoid entertaining baseless theories and unverified information. After all, our common objective is to find out the truth and serve the ends of justice. Our CPNP is confident that sooner or later there will be a significant breakthrough in the investigation, perhaps a solid lead that will take us closer to the logical conclusion of this case. This brings us to a classic example of a thorough and proper investigation that led to the speedy solution to the murder of a messenger in Valenzuela who was waylaid by motorcycle riding gunmen and robbed of the 442,714 pesos company payroll the victim was carrying. The death of courier messenger Nino Luigi Villanueva Hernando, 39, in Valenzuela City last October 9 is now considered solved with the identification, arrests of 4 and indictment of 6 suspects, including an active duty police corporal and another former policeman as principal suspects in the celebrated robbery with murder case. Fifth, continuing manhunt operations are underway for 80 more unaccounted suspects in the celebrated Maguindanao massacre case that happened 11 years ago. While there are persistent reports that some of these wanted persons have in fact left the country, the PNP will continue to exert effort in finding these fugitives to serve the ends of justice. Sixth, the successful rescue by ATG of yet another kidnapped POGO worker in Angeles City yesterday bolsters the CPNP's warning to operators of Philippine offshore gaming operations against withholding from the police on criminal matters involving POGO workers. The CPNP strongly urges POGO operators and managers to closely coordinate with the PNP on security concerns and to refrain from handling these matters on their own. 7. I would like to also note that the latest accomplishment of the PNP Drug Enforcement Group that resulted in the arrest of 8 drug suspects and confiscation of 2,130 grams of methamphetamine hydrochloride, or commonly known as Shabu, with the amount of 14,484,000 from November 10 to November 22, 2020. 8. We allowed the PNP Special Group for successful counter-terrorism operations, including the neutralization of a sub-leader of the Ulam Islamiyah Magid Group and his cohorts in Barangay Coronadal proper, Colomolok, South Cotabato. These counter-terrorism operations resulted in the death of Arafat Bulacon, also known as Maula, and his cohorts, namely Rusty Sadalaw, also known as Jayton, Abdul Bayan Insag Marot, Arsad Insag Marot, Mananding Insag Marot, and Norman Insag Marot. Recovered from their possessions were different firearms, ammunition, hand grenades, and improvised explosive device, and an ISIS or ISIS plug. At the same time, another latest SAP operation led to the arrest of Ranger Yason, also known as Abu Ranger, who is a member of Abu Sayyaf based in Isabela City in Basilan, last November 19, 2020, in his residence in Purukwan, Barangay Aguada, in Basilan. SAP troopers seized from the suspect were 2 fragmentation grenades, 30 rounds of caliber 5.56 ammunition, ingredients for improvised explosive devices, and ISIS plug. This Abu Sayyaf group member is an active operator in Basilan and reportedly joined in the ISG in 2017 to obtain protection, and his arrest will disrupt the movement and activities of couriers and facilitators for Basilan-based Abu Sayyaf members. And finally, 9. There was a recent changing of the guards insofar as our 2 task forces are concerned, through which the PNP engages itself actively in addressing the COVID-19 pandemic. The Deputy Chief of PNP for Administration, Police Lieutenant General Guillermo Lorenzo Eliazar, has vacated his position as head of Joint Task Force SHIELD and is now occupying the post Joint Task Force SHIELD COVID and is now occupying the post as Chief of the Administrative Support to COVID-19 Operations Task Force. Replacing him as JTF CV SHIELD Commander is Police Lieutenant General Cesar Hawthorne R. Dinag, formerly to the head of ASCOT TF. With the CPNP today are members of the command group and other concerned directorial staff, as well as unit directors who will help him expound further on your questions and points of clarifications. Thank you at magandang umaga po. We shall now be ready for any questions and answers that may be thrown to our CPNP and all others present. Salamat po.
Thank you. Meron lang kaming gustong i-present. Hindi ko kasi binitawan tong case na to. This is the case in Valenzuela na yung isang nagmumotor, binaril siya. Di ba? Tapos, nasundan namin, na-recover doon sa, sa may kawayan. Nalaman na yung number 1 suspect. Ngayon, nahuli na natin yung police na involved during that incident. So, kumbaga, ito na yung pinaka-final na suspect namin na nahuli. Kasi yung isang suspect na ex-policeman, lumayas na eh. So, ito yung case na tinutukan na Valenzuela. We are interested of this kasi ito yung utos ni Presidente, yung riding in tandem ng mga suspect na nag-hold up at pumatay. O, di ba? So, mahaba itong case. So, it's work dahil na-identify yung suspect, nahuli pa yung involved na police. So, if okay sa inyo, nandito po yung Chief of Police ng Valenzuela City Police Station, si Police Colonel Fernando Ortega, to give us the update, the background and the update of the case. Go ahead, Ferdy. Use the podium. Then introduce yourself.
Good morning, sir. To our CPNP, sir, General Debold and Sinas, sir. I'm Police Colonel Fernando Reyes Ortega, the Chief of Police of Valenzuela. I'll be briefing the update of the SIPG Hernando, the shooting of the messenger of an agency last October 9, 2020. It happened last October 9, 2020 at around 4 p.m. in front of the mini stop, Paso de Blas Road. And the victim was Nino Luigi Villanueva Hernando, a messenger. Next slide, please. Shown on the screen is the actual shooting. Yung pong naka-red, yung suspect siya with mid-green motorcycle, and the victim is on the blue motorcycle. Next slide. Take note of the Montero, the black Montero, because dito po nakasakay yung police corporal natin. Diyan sa Montero yung pong vehicle sa right side. Next slide. After conduct of inventory investigation, witnesses and interview with the witnesses and the footages gathered doon po sa area, before, during, and after the incident, we were able to identify the 6 suspects. Namely, Rico Reyes, ito po yung gunman. Then, Narciso Cubo Santiago, ito po yung nagdadrive ng motorcycle na mint green. Yung pong backride niya is si Rico Reyes. Then, ito po naman yung dismissed na policeman, PO1 Anthony Glua Cubos. Siya po yung lumalabas na master leader nung Cubos na robbery hold up and gun for hire in Bulacan. Then ito pong babae, this is the live-in partner of a certain Henry Rubio na naging kaibigan po nung Narciso Cubos na nakakulong po sa Valenzuela City, at doon po napag-usapan yung plano na pagpatay dito sa suspect because yung victim is nag-witness po and nag-assist doon sa rape victim na kapatid po nitong Joan Cabatuan na ang rape suspect naman po is yung live-in partner itong si Joan Tabatuan. And then, yung fifth suspect po natin, si Edgar Batchar, ito po yung una natin nakuha, nahuli. Siya po yung naging nakapag-ano po sa atin ng vital information na nag-corroborate po doon sa mga nakuha nating CCTVs and initial investigation. And the last po is Corporal Michael Bismarck Castro, previously assigned po before his AWOL status sa Northern Police District, DDEU. Next slide please. We filed a criminal complaint sa city prosecutor ng Valenzuela po with a case with a crime of murder, robbery, and kidnapping. But after appreciation of the facts ng ating fiscal, ay ang ipinal po is robbery with homicide and kidnapping. But with no bail recommended dun po sa each case. Dun po sa robbery with homicide is sila pong 6, and dun po sa kidnapping is yun lang po si Narciso Santiago at saka po kay Rico Reyes. Next slide please. Dahil lumabas na po yung warrant of arrest for the 6 suspects last Friday. Next slide please. So, si Batchar po is, ang una po natin nakuha dyan is si Edgar Batchar because yung pong motor na ginamit niya during the incident was flagged down because naka-alarma po. And ang nahuli po natin una dyan is yung rider, yung kanyang anak, and then pumunta po siya sa station, doon po siya na-aresto. And he gave his extrajudicial confession. Mamaya po, ipipresent ko rin po. And then the second ito po yung AWOL na police. Since na mangyari po yun, nung pumutok na po yung nag-imbestiga kami, pumutok yung pangalan niya, he went on AWOL. Next slide please. This is the picture po ng extrajudicial confession ni Edgar Batchar in the presence of Attorney Engel Ako Puratong, Independent Legal Counsel po sa Valenzuela. Dito po, inamin niya inadmit niya yung kanyang participation and other circumstances doon po sa incident. Next slide please. And ito naman po yung pag-arrest kay Corporal Michael Bismarck Castro. Next slide please. And on his extrajudicial confession din po, he admitted his actual participation on the said incident. He was assisted by Attorney William F. De Los Santos, private lawyer din po. Next slide please. So, among the 6 suspects, identified suspects, arrested na po yung 2 and with only 4 remaining. Ito po si Rico Reyes, the gunman, Narciso Santiago, the rider, and the alleged leader, Iwan Cubos, and yung po, yung Joan Kiano Kabatuan, yung live-in partner nung detained na si Henry Rubio, in which ito po yung magiging key kung ma-i-implicate pa natin. We filed a criminal complaint po na may John Dos and Jane Dos pa because we are hoping na ito po si Joan Piano Kabatuan and si Narciso Santiago, sila po yung makakapag-implicate pa sa would-be other suspects for this case. Next slide please. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Okay. The importance of this case is kasi it involves yung sa highway robbery, no? And we believe this is not the only case because based on the revelations nung first na umamin at saka yung ex-policeman ay parang meron na silang 4 or 5 incidents na ganun. So we are backtracking kung saan nila ginawa yun para baka ma-solve din natin yung case na yun. So with the neutralizations ng mga pulis dito, at alam na natin kung sino yun, ay we are assured na hindi na sila mag-ooperate dyan sa Northern Police District up to Ikawayan, Bulacan. Kasi area of operations dito, ang grupo na to, based sa regulations is nasa northern to Maynila. Di ba? From Manila City to the Caloocan, to Valenzuela. Then, ang takbo nila is Bulacan. Ganon sila. Hindi sila nang hold up doon sa lugar nila. Dito sila nang hold up sa NCR, sa kuan. Tapos, ang takbo nila is doon sa taguan nila sa may Bulacan. Ganon po ang assessment doon. So, yun po yung latest po namin. Kung may questions po kayo, any of the things discussed, ay pwede na po niyong itanong. Any questions? Follow up? Leia?
Sir, based dun sa investigation nyo, kaya po ba na-dismiss yung pulis at naawol yung pulis doon dyan sa Valenzuela ay dahil dun sa mga naging previous nilang mga kaso dito sa highway robbery, sir?
Particular po ma'am si Cubos. Actually po nung dinig namin yung sa aming PAI sa DPRM, lumalabas po na siya ay dismissed on the case of Awol. And meron din po isang order na attrited. Kaya dalawa po yung cause ng kanyang na dito sa po ng PAIS is yung mas nauna po yung Awol niya. Yes ma'am. Going back in 2019 po nang ma-dismiss siya. Not this year.
Sir, yung isang pulis po.
The isang police po is because of this incident. Because nung ma-find out po namin nung Friday night po yun, nung nakuha namin yung first witness natin, suspect witness, nung nalaman po niya na nakuha namin yung isa, yun po yung time na he went on Awol. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, ito po mga police na involved, how long have they been a part of this syndicate? I would assume it's a syndicate kasi isang grupo sila eh. Sinabi mo kasi si Cubos nauna nag-award. Pero itong another Castro yung isa, di ba? So parang lumalabas na recruit ba siya yung si Cubos? Kasi parang dito lang siya na natanggal, na-dismiss because of his involvement in this particular case. How long have they been involved in this illegal activity? May sinabi kayo sir na 4 or 5 incidents na diba? So mga ilan na katagal yan. And is this really their group?
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, according to the revelation of Corporal Castro and on our TI, their group started way back in 2015. And may mga nakuha na po kami information about 3 more killings and murder. And nakuha na po namin yung data noon. And ang po is, meron pa pong 9 bank robbery, Alphamart robbery in Bulacan. Yung po yung nakuha namin sa kanila, yung sa TI.
So in other words, sir, if they started their illegal activities in 2015, all this time they've been a part of the Philippine National Police while doing this illegal activities.
Sad to say, ma'am, talagang part po sila ng PNP during that time na mag-start sila. And until we find out po nung ito na po, yung sa Valenzuela, dito na po sila na-unmask because of doon sa investigation namin, talagang identified po sila doon sa mga witnesses and the CCTVs na nakuha po namin ng footages.
Sorry, wala. There is a very rigid training and kumbaga parang yung process to be able to get in the Philippine National Police. Wala silang any signs of being mga criminals, ng mga pumasok sila. And they just were able to do this during the time that they were already a part of the Philippine National Police.
If you're talking, yung recruit sila,
Yes, sir. Yes,
they
sir.
have undergone the mandatory neuro, lahat-lahat yun. As to na-involve sila, later part na. Kasi si Cubos is been in the service around 10 years. He was dismissed and went on Awol nauna yung awol niya before the dismiss case. So, 2019, diba? Yung isa, yung si Castro, lately lang yan. Nung nag-awol yan siya, nung nalaman niya na hinahanting na siya. Yun lang yun. Yung may manhunt na sa kanya kasi nga lumabas na yung warrant. So he went on awol. Then along the way, nag-surrender siya at sinerve yung warrant sa kanya. So as to the development, kung paano sila na-involve sa actually syndicate or criminal group ay pag-aralan pa po namin. So kaya nga kinuha, nag-background check, nag-tactical interrogate, at lahat-lahat na yan para at least ma-size up din namin kung ano ba ang dahilan.
Sir, just to follow up on that, this happened in the midst of a very rigid internal cleansing of the Philippine National Police and the higher pay that they've been receiving. Ano po yan ang dahilan, sir?
Amiga, it's the procedures for the recruitment ay rigid. As to how he developed to become a criminal, it's already beyond the detections, no? Kasi kung paano siya nag-develop this habit, bakit siya na-involve, ay pag-aralan po at alamin po namin. Based sa testimonies ng mga kasama po siya. Kasi si Cubos ay umalis na, si Castro, nagtago na, si Castro ngayon, ang tinatanong namin kung paano siya na-involve at kung anong dahilan. Kung bakit siya na-involve in spite of the increase of salaries, increase of etc. So, para maintindihan din namin at para ma-address din namin yung concerns ng mga ibang tauhan po namin. Yes, Fred?
Congratulations again, sir. Sir, I understand na nag-usap na po kami ni Colonel Ortega. Yung breakthrough ng kaso na to is due to the CCTVs.
Yes.
Na-solve yung kaso yan dahil sa na-review lahat. Ang nakakatakot lang, involved yung mga roles in uniform talaga, karamihan. How many pa po yung parang hindi lang sila apat, parang mas marami pang lumalabas. And lumalabas dito yung honest to goodness investigation, masusolve ang isang kaso. Gagawin mo rin ba natin ito sa iba pang mga similar cases na involving motorcycle riding criminals?
Kaya nga sinabi niya, let's focus dito sa grupo na to. Actually, dito, ang assessment namin, kaya malakas loob dito, dahil mga ex-policemen ang involved, dalawa. So, yung kasama nila nagtago na rin. We're trying to solve, kaya nga yung sinabi niya ng isa pang robbery, isa pang murder, and there are 3 more other incidents is under investigation at inaalam. Kasi itatrack namin, baka yung mga incident na yun ay baka pwede nang i-declared as solved at filean sila ng panibagong kaso sa mga incident na yun. Para marami pong warrant against sa kanila. Para kung magka-encounter man kami, ay may dahilan para engage. Kasi ito sila, armed and dangerous sila. Kaya na nila ito magipagsabayan sa pulis nito. So, hopefully, ma-pinpoint po ng NCRPO kung saan po sila nagtago. And this will lessen. Kaya kami interesado kasi alam namin yung sila yung palagi nag-engage ng motorcycle robbery dyan sa lugar na yun. At saka mga robbery sa highway. So nabawasan po ito. Yung ibang kaso, kung mo Fred, yung ibang kaso, ito yung parang gagawin namin template na kung tutukan talaga, di ba? Tutukan talaga yung case at hanap talaga at may breakthrough, kaya po isolve. This one kasi talagang ang engagement, pati yung mga tao, pati yung complainant, talagang pinush talaga. No? At may ibang breakthrough pa to eh. The CCTV is the biggest help sa amin. Kasi yung ni-recreate yung crime scene, nakita po doon kung sino-sino yung involved. So kaya nga, mapansin nyo, sa lahat ng investigations namin, una-una namin tinatanong kung may CCTV. Because it will help us determine kung sino yung mga involved sa lugar na yun. Okay? So, we will try our best to identify yung other rogue policemen involved in similar incident para po tuluyan na natin malinis yung hanay ng kapulisan. Thank you, Fred.
Sir, isa na lang. Right now, at this moment, anong appeal mo dyan sa mga suspects na yan na you consider them as armed and dangerous?
Doon sa suspect? Well, I'll be telling sa public na kung makita niyo po ito, no? Lalo na yung si Gubos, is i-report niyo po pag alam po. Huwag po kayong magharang-harang o magpa sa kanila kasi may mga baril yan. Baka mamaya sila ang pagdiskitahan. You should report it para po ma-actionan ng pulis. Huwag po silang lumapit dyan kasi they are armed and dangerous. No, alam mo naman, alam nila na hinahanap na sila ng pulis kasi may warrant na sila. Baka yung makita nila sa kalsada ay mamasamain nila yon. So, kaya nga pinlash namin itong mga mukha nila para po matulungan kami ng publiko na ituro kung makita nila sa lugar nila ito. Kasi kung hindi po nila ito ituro, baka doon naman gagawa ng criminal activity sa lugar nila. Maging kawawa, tuloy sila. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Sir, I don't know if I missed this detail, pero na-establish po ba natin kung bakit si Nino Hernando yung pinatay? Paano nalaman na may pera? May lookout ba sila, sir, sa bangko? Or may connection doon sa kumpanyang pinagtatrabaho? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Actually, kaya po murder yung namin. Kasi initially, ang appreciation ng investigation namin is nagmula ito doon sa napakulong ni Nino na tao. Yung ka-live-in ni Joan Cabautan. So, nung naging magkakausap po yung isa sa suspect, si Tokmol, yung po Narciso Santiago, at saka po si Henry Rubio, doon sa Selda. Maging close po sila. Doon po sila nagkakilala. Then, nangako po yun, based doon sa testimony naman po ni Cabautan, dahil nung una po is witness din namin si Cabautan, is pinangako po ni Tokmol o ni Narciso Santiago na paglabas niya, titirahin niya si Nino Hernando sa request na po ni Henry Rubio. That's why murder po talaga yung ikinakaso namin initially. Yung po yung yung complaint namin is murder because alam po namin yung pinagsimulan. But yung pong link ngayon is magbe-base tayo para ma-upgrade po yan sa murder kay Narciso Santiago and Joan Cabautan. Because sila po talaga yung may direct na nakakaalam doon sa istorya na yon based doon sa po ni Henry Rubio sa pagkakakulong Henry Rubio sa case ng rape doon po sa kapatid ni Joan Cabautan, in which yung pong victim ang witness and nag-assist doon po sa kaso.
So, sir, parang tsamba lang ba na may pera? O alam nilang may pera? Because
isa po sa naging
400,000 pesos.
Yes po. Isa po yung sa naging statement ni Joan Cabautan na kaya po titirahin nun na bukod sa may pera, ininforma po niya kasi po katiwala po si Nino ng agency nila na nagbe-withdraw po monthly every Friday ng 2 million cash pampasweldo po doon sa empleyado ng kanilang agency. Yung pong natira, actually po 2 million yung inigkas niya. Yung pong 1.6 is 1.5 something is na-deposit niya sa 3 banks. Yun po yung mga naka-ATM. Yung pong natira na 442 is yun po yung sa wala pang ATM na ipapasweldo po doon po sa opisina. That's why alam po ni Joan Cabautan because si Joan Cabautan po is employee po doon sa agency. Secretary po, in fact, yun po yung pinakaano niya secretary po ito. Kaya alam po niya yung galaw ni Nino.
So, sir, ang pinaka-mastermind talaga dito would be who planned the entire incident sa Joan ba?
yan po ang lumalabas sa aming bata. Hindi pa po natin na-improve sa prosecutor. Kaya po, ang naisampa po ng prosecutor sa criminal case is robbery with homicide because lacking pa po tayo ron sa ano na yun. Yung link talaga ni John Cabautan at saka po si Narciso Santiago para ma-upgrade po natin sa murder yung kaso.
Sir, sorry, clarify ko lang. Si Henry Rubio, yung live-in partner nitong si Joanne.
Yes, ma'am.
Naipakulong dahil nag-witness yung ating victim against
Henry Rubio.
Sino, sir, may rape case po yung Henry? Sino, sir, ang victim naman niya dun sa victim?
Ang victim po is kapatid po ni Joanne Cabautan, 15 years old minor. Yun po yung malayong istorya po na pinagmulan nitong kaso ito.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so that's it. Thank you, Colonel Ortega,
Thank you, sir.
for nice presentation, and congratulations for the solution of the case and the arrest of the policeman.
Thank you, sir.
Okay? So, ganun po. So with that, that is sa presentation namin. If you have other questions, go. Zaya?
Sir, yung update dun sa kaso sa pagpatay kay Lieutenant Colonel Walter Anayo, yung dating Holosilo Chief of Police.
Okay. Yung sa ngayon, ang ongoing pa yung investigation ng proba. We have already requested si IDG to assist mag-investigate doon. As of now, yung cadaver po ni Anayo ay inuwi na sa bahay nila. So we are monitoring it kasi kanina ang transfer ng eroplano, tinulungan po siya ng LGU ng Sulu. As to your questions later on kung may kinalaman ba yung incident doon sa Army, ay hindi pa po namin alam. Inaalam pa po namin. Kasi yung siyam na suspect doon ng mga pulis ay nandito po sa krami, nasa custodial facilities natin. At kinausap na rin sila kasi accordingly, they were low moral na namatay yung dating chief of police nila. But ang point is, the chief of police was not directly involved doon. Nakanyo, kung nakita niyo yung initial investigations, kaya nga chief of police hindi kasama sa na-custody. He was relieved for command responsibility. Yun yung sa kanya. Kaya doon siya, nirelieve siya doon sa ulo, he was assigned at the holding unit ng ProBarn. So, kung ano yung nangyari, shooting, iimbestigahan po at alamin kung ano po ang motibo at kung sino po ang suspect. As of now, ProBarn has no update on the investigation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, next.
Next.
Sir, good afternoon. Sir, doon sa anti-terrorism campaign ng Philippine National Police, it seems na parang nagiging successful po yung mga operation ninyo. Sir, as far as monitoring naman sa mga foreign terrorists, sir, kasi may na-recover tayo mga bomba, mga IED, doon sa mga sa operation ng PNP SAF. Ibig ba sabihin nito, sir, may na-monitor din ba ang PNP intelligence presence po ng mga suicide bombers and mga foreign terrorists na nakapasok po ng bansa?
No comment.
Pero sir, ano po yung campaign natin on this at ano po yung effort ng Philippine National Police regarding po sa mga foreign terrorists at nagbabalak po na magsagawa o maghasik ng karahasan?
First question, no comment. Second question, we are doing our best to monitor. We are using our intelligence unit, yung intelligence group natin, to monitor yung mga would-be terrorists. As to how and where, I could not commit for that kasi ongoing yung mga follow-up operations. We are also coordinating with our counterparts with the AEP, and we are also in contact with NICA para po sa mga anti-terrorism operations po namin. Other that, wala po ako bang pwedeng ibigay po para ma-discourage po yung current monitoring po namin. Thank you.
Sir, last po, sa ano naman sir, sa physical fitness, sorry po sir kung itatanong ko ito. Sir, would you continue yung physical fitness every 3 p.m. po dito sa Camp Crame na may activity like Zumba, ganon, para sa mga fit program po ng Philippine National Police para to maintain po, at kayo po sir, medyo pumayat na po kayo po.
Yes, in fact, nakita nyo yung quarantine po namin dyan sa may parade ground ay dinismantle na po namin para po magamit na yan for physical activities. No? Kasi nung nilagay natin doon, yung the whole ground ay bawal na pumunta doon because of may mga suspected COVID infected doon. So sa ngayon, tinanggal na namin. We have a different strategy. Meron na kami nakita mga facilities sa labas ng Camp Crame na pwede pagdalhan ng mga kasama namin. Sa ngayon, when I was in NCRPO, ang binigay po sa amin ng DOH and MMDA is yung Nice Hotel. Yung Nice Hotel po, binigay yan sa NCRPO which has 100 bed capacity or 100 rooms for COVID positive na asymptomatic. So ngayon, ang bilis ng turnover, lahat pa including yung sa Camp Crame, basta may mag-positive, doon na namin dadalhin. Pag may symptoms sila, dyan po natin i-quarantine or i-isolate dyan sa may Kiangan building namin. Kasi dyan, i-set up namin na meron ng oxygen and other emergency treatment equipment para po matulungan yung mga pulis. Pag may direct contact naman, doon natin dadalhin doon sa RDSU. Yung old RDSU, yung Regional Direct Support Unit ng NCRPO. Malaki po yung facilities doon for probable and suspected COVID victims, no? Yung hindi pa na-swab. So doon natin ilagay. That facilities could house at least 200 beds. So, doon na. Ang intention namin is to at least remove the quarantine facilities now inside Camp Crame except yung nasa Kiangan. So, with that, we are now approaching, when we are practicing to going to the new normal. So, yung mga tao namin ay encourage namin na to engage in physical exercise already using the parade ground. Pero, mag-mask, social distance pa rin, at saka mag-shield. So, observe pa rin yung basic protocols po natin. Okay na rin, ma'am? Thank you.
May question pa po. Ma'am Maris. Then followed by Ma'am Joanne. I say Ma'am Maris po muna. Ma'am Maris. Nauna po siya, ma'am. Kayo.
Sir, I know this is medyo local, but do you have any directive to the Metro Police District? Kasi medyo perennial na po yung problem sa Divisoria, sa Baclaran, and even si Mayor Isko was really saying na hindi na po talaga nasusunod yung physical distancing and protocols sa mga lugar na ito. Do you have any directive to increase police visibility in those areas to at least continue to remind the people to still follow health protocols? Kasi parang medyo nagiging lax na po ngayon, even if we're in the midst of a pandemic.
Actually, nandun pa rin yung mga police. I have talked to, this one is in NCR, yung sinasabi mo, ha?
Sir, Manila, to be very
Yeah, yung sa Manila na nag-post.
Divisoria and Baclaran.
Yeah. Kausap namin dito si Rolly, sinabi niya, the one posted was taken 3 days ago. Nagpadala na siya ng mga tao doon at saka mga patrollers. I told him, dapat ibalik ulit yung mga damihang tao doon. Ang point kasi, yung nag-open yung business doon, alam mo na yung business doon, tabi-tabi. No? Tabi-tabi, tapos nag-traffic na rin. So, ang guidance ko sa kay General Miranda is to add more people doon at sawayin na sila. and he deployed ata ng mga social distance patroller niya sa lugar na yon. And I think he responded na tutukan nila yon kasi yung lugar na yun, nagpunta na ako dati doon. Yung stretch na yon, nandoon yung mga daming tindahan, daming tao, daming sasakyan. So, kakausapin siguro, i-direct ko na lang siya, nakausapin yung barangay doon, tulungan sila para ma-implement yung social distancing.
Okay, sir.
Ma'am Joanne.
Eunice po. Eunice ng Filipino Mirror. Sir, nabanggit po kasi kanina na bumabalik na tayo sa new normal. Kumustahin ko lang po yung mga pulis po na nakadeploy po dun sa mga health facilities like sa PICC tsaka sa Ultra. Meron po kasi tayong mga dating mga pulis na kumusta naman po, update po doon sa ASCO TF po yata.
Okay. Yung mga police nurses and doctors natin na detail doon sa PICC at saka sa Ultra ay nandun pa po sila. Hindi pa po yun kasi in-stop. So nandun pa rin sila at nagsiserve pa rin sila. Sa ngayon, yung mga facilities na yun ay hinintay namin kasi ang may control po noon ay DOH. Kami lang ang nagmaman at nag-implement ng protocols for isolations. Pero yung facilities na yon ay pwede rin gamitin maski sino. No? Basta gusto magpa-isolate or mag-positive, walang puntahan, pwede po doon. Kami rin mga pulis, pwede rin kami doon. Kung mapuno na yung mga facilities namin.
Sir, follow-up lang po. Nagkaroon po tayo ng RT-PCR dito sa Camp Crame and then sa Cebu. Ano po ang susunod na lugar na maglalagay po ng RT-PCR ang PNP? Kasi ang hanap ko po ng Cagayan de Oro din po yata ang Davao, kung matutuloy po ba sila na magtayo po ang PNP doon?
Yes. Last week, pumunta kami, kasama kay Commander, binisita namin at inaugurate yung molecular lab ng Central Visayas. That lab na nasa Cebu will service yung swab test ng buong Visayas, including Police Regional Office 6 and 8. No? Ang capacity nila for the time being ay 88 samples per cycle. Okay? Ang next i-open po ay yung sa Police Regional Office 11 sa Davao. Nandun po yung sa Davao City. Ready na lang po din yun. Hinihintay na lang yung mga technicians at saka mga operators na mag-graduate at i-certify ng DOH na pwede na sila. So once ma-ready yun, ang facilities po ay tapos na. And we're hoping to visit them first week of December para po may sarili na kaming molecular lab sa Mindanao po.
Pat Manguni. Yes, ma'am, please.
Hi, Sir. Patricia, Sir, TV5. Sir, balikan ko lang, sir, yung fitness campaign kanina na question. Sir, ibig sabihin ba, sir, ibabalik nyo na po ba yung mga calisthenics and other programs tuwing hapon?
Pwede naman ibalik, pero hindi sabay-sabay. Kasi bawal yon. So, yung mga pulis natin na gustong mag-jogging, mag-walking, as long as they observe the basic health protocol of mask, shields, at saka social distancing, ay pwede po yun. As to the hataw, pag-aralan pa namin, kasi nga ang hirap ko marami. Diba? Asa sa ngayon, ay hindi pa pwede ibalik agad yun. Mag-uusap pa kami sa concerned directorate of how to do it. Okay? Sa NCRT, hindi pa rin namin binalik yun. Dito mukhang hindi lang. Yung personal exercise mo lang muna.
Sir, one follow-up lang. Sir, magiging strict po ba ulit sa BMI monitoring ng bawat police?
Yes. Okay. It was suspended before I became the CPNP for dahil nga sa COVID. Now, kinausap ko yung bagong DHRDD, kung sino may mailagay doon, na ibalik. Kasi obesity cause diabetes, cause heart disease, which are comorbid disease for COVID-19. Okay? Kaya nga kami nagde-develop ng 4-minute exercise para po at least huwag po masyadong tumaba. no? Pwedeng mataba, huwag lang masyado. Di ba? Kasi, alam nyo, for the last 9 months, because of the pandemic, parang kunti na lang yung nag-exercise at gumalaw-galaw. Naging stagnant tayo. So, ibabalik namin yun para malaman din ng mga pulis na walang dahilan. Ako nga, nag-observe eh. For the last 3 months, I strictly followed my diet regimen and exercise. Kung kinaya ko, no, at the age of 55, I don't think so yung mga younger sa akin, hindi nila kakayanin.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next, sir, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, please.
Sir, good afternoon. Tina Marali po from Daily Tribune. Sir, last September, the Commission on Audit and even the Senate flagged the Philippine International Trading Center over the still undelivered equipment, assault rifles, and other supplies sa PNP worth over 1 billion pesos. May update na po tayo dito, sir.
Yun yung 1 billion sa PTIC?
Yes, sir.
Actually, we have already informed Congress yan during sa Senate, yung tinanong yan, na ang PTIC ay nagbibid na and the committed na starting December ay dahan-dahan na nila i-deliver yung mga items na naka-design doon sa 1 billion na yun, 1.06 billion. Actually, ang original figure noon is 1.336, but yung 300 million plus ay na-bid na and ongoing na po yung delivery and acceptance. The remaining 1.06, nag-commit yung PTIC na tatapusin nila yung bidding ngayon and they will start delivering on the second week of December. That was also our commitment to the Senate during our budget hearing. Rest assured, pag nandyan, we'll keep you updated po, ma'am.
Sir, follow-up lang po. Sir, so ibig sabihin, by December, ito po yung start ng delivery or in-expect po natin na lahat ng in-expect na delivery? Start po. Okay.
Start.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Sir, good morning. Third and from Sinas. Sir, sa drug war naman, sir, sa latest survey ng anti-illegal drug strategy conducted by the DDB, PSA, DSWD, nangunguna pa rin sa alam ng tao sa yung drugs. Nangunguna pa rin sa alam ng tao ng drugs yung shabu, pangalawa yung marijuana, sir. Kamusta, sir, ang supply ng drugs pa rin ngayon sa bansa?
Ma'am, anong tanong nyo ulit? Paano muna ang ginagamit na siya? Drugs?
Yung ano pa rin yung pinaka-prevalent na ginagamit ng
Okay. Sa ngayon, ang prevalent drugs pa talaga ginagamit based on the latest na, actually, kinumission nyo ng DDB. We were given a copy of that, na siya po pa rin. The second is yung marijuana, then followed by the capsules on ecstasy and other capsules. Yun pa rin yung prevalent na.
Sir, mataas pa rin ba ang supply ng shabu ngayon sa bansa?
Supply? I could not give you the supply kasi hindi kami nagsusupply eh.
Kung mataas pa rin ba? Kasi lately, ang dami pa rin natin nakukuha ng mga...
Kasi pag sabihin mo, sir, alam mo yun kung ilan yung consumption ng shabu? Parang kami naman nagbibigka noon. Diba? So, tanongin na lang natin ang PIDEA. Baka alam nila.
Sir, sa inyo ba ngayon, talamak na sinasabi, mas talamak na rin daw ngayon yung party drugs?
Party drugs? Actually, ngayong pandemic, mukhang nabawasan yun. Kasi wala nang party. Diba? At di totoo, napansin nyo, I'll speak on the experience of HCRPO. Marami kami nahulog puro shabu and marijuana. The party drugs, biglang nawala. Kasi yung usually ginagamit yan pag may mga disco, mga ganon, mga high-profile parties, mga disco house. Sa akin, nawala kasi yun eh. Nawala yung pagtitipon, kaya napansin nyo, bihira o wala ata na masyadong nahuli doon. Deja vu, kasi number 1 pa rin, addicted talaga, so hinahanap talaga siya. Ma'am?
Sir Tasnan, your reaction na lang, sir, despite the criticism sa drug war, especially ng PNP, ng government, pumapangalawa ang PNP sa sinasabi na most helpful sa mga people, sa mga tao na nagda-drugs. Next to household, police yung next, na nakakatulong sa mga naging victims ng drugs. Sir, your reaction on that?
Okay, we saw the survey and we're very happy na yung mga users preferred the PNP, no, to help them solve their problems. Ang number 1 doon is household, yung bahay. Second, ang PNP. Third, ang LGU. Okay? So, it means tama yung programa namin. So, mas lalo namin ipaigtingin yung programa namin doon at dadagdagan. Kasi, alam ng mga users, lalo na yung first-time users, na if they will report and cooperate with the police, alam nila na tutulungan sila at hindi sila baliwalain. And we're happy with the result that it vindicates on our different programs on anti-illegal drugs.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We can still accommodate 1 or 2 more questions. J. Mark? Yes, sir, please.
Sir, hingan ko lang kayo ng reaction. Former CPNP and Senator Panfilo P. Lacson said na dagdagan daw po yung budget ng PNP and BFP para po sa disaster and relief operations. Any reaction po from the PNP?
Because during our budget hearing also na sinabi po yun ni Senator Biglas, and we're very happy. No? We're very happy na nakita na ni Senator na maski may kulang kami sa kagamitan, we were there at we were asked kung ano po yung may tulong ng Congress. So binigay na po namin yung mga initial requirement po namin doon, lalo na sa mga rubber boats, at saka yung para sa mga police din natin, para makatulong po sa rescue. And we thank Senator Lacson for at least helping us in our disaster operations.
Isa pa po, sir. Tungkol po dun sa nabanggit nyo kanina dahil mapaigting pa rin yung campaign against illegal drugs, against illegal gambling, lalo na illegal gambling, naging sentro to nung campaign niyo during your NCR POST. Meron po kasing nagpaabot ng tulong sa amin, information, dito sa bayan ng Bustos, lalawigan ng Bulacan, na meron hong nag-ooperate na tawag dito, parang sugalan sa perya. And nakababahala daw po ito ayon sa mga residente dahil nasa panahon pa tayo ng pandemic and yet meron mga sumisingit na mga ganitong klase ng mga activities. Lalo na ang Bulacan under GCQ pa rin. Baka po pwedeng makahingi sa inyo ng words o ng salita para makalma yung kalooban ng mga Bulacanyo.
We will just ask you after this press con on the details of that. We will not yet comment regarding it. Ibisigan natin, one of our personnel ay ipa-engage ko sa iyo so that we will give the details at kung sino dapat kausapin doon. We'll do our best to stop those illegal activities doon sa sinasabi. Hindi na natin open i-discuss kasi baka mamaya ma-preempt pa, tapos biglang magtago, pag hindi na napansin, lalabas, try mo na namin yung actions namin.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Finally, George Taylor from CNN.
Sir, regarding po sa procurement to sir, may report si Senator Drilon, which apparently this Philippine International Trading Center under the DTI, meron pa daw po sila sa inyong undelivered items worth 1.3 billion pesos. Sir,
1.06, yun yung pinanong niya. Yun yun.
Pero sir, ano po yung items na to at ano po yung impact nito sa PNP na hindi pa na-deliver po itong items na?
Okay. That's why we presented to the Senate na we are already demanding that those items should be already be delivered or ibalik na yung pera. So the company ay committed that they will finish the bidding and start delivering the items on the second week or the first week of December. So hinintay po namin yun, yung commitment nila. Kasi nga, at the end of this year, I think yung fund will be reverted to the national government. Right? So yun po yun. Inabangan po namin, they have committed to us. I just forgot the name of the USEC na nakusap po ng back po namin dito.
So, sir, HADR items po ito. Tama po ba? Or,
Ma'am? Sir?
anong items po, sir, yung isa?
Halo-halo.
Baril.
May baril, may sasakyan, ganun po yun. So, may vest. Paano to? Different items. Hindi po yung the whole amount na 1.06 billion ay isa. Iba-iba po siya, sir. Maybe, between logistics, we could give you the details. Okay? Just give your numbers and we'll direct the bank, the namin, at saka yung logistics to contact you on other details na pwedeng ilabas.
Alright, sir.
Thank you.
I guess we can still accommodate one final and ultimate question from Sir Alfred Danson, please.
Thank you, sir. Last na lang, sir. Sir, ano yung stand mo dun sa localization program, which was, yun yung dating ginawa po ng predecessor. Anong mangyayari po ito?
I already stopped it. We have procedures on how to transfer. We have procedures kung paano ita-transfer yung mga tao namin. At alam po nila kung paano po yung gagawin. Now, kung pipigyan nyo, NCRPO was greatly affected doon. And before I leave NCRPO, we see to it na yung ibang 5 districts doon is i-mitigate yung impact na nawalang mga pulis doon. So sa ngayon, ay momentarily halted para po hindi mas lalong may exodus ng mga pulis. Kasi anong nangyari, may pandemic pa tayo, tapos ikot yung mga tao natin. So yun po yun. So sa ngayon, hintayin namin sa kadami ng umikot, involves around 4,000 plus or 5,000 plus na mga personnel umiikot sa buong Pilipinas na ata. So it defeats the purpose of stopping the spread of COVID-19. At hindi kami sigurado na yung mga tao namin na pinauwi namin sa mga probinsya ay infected or not. And it affects the anti-criminality campaign namin, at it also affects our external COVID response namin.
So, saan po babalikin lahat yung mga na-recall na
Hindi na. Yung na-issue ng order, tuloy na sila. Okay? Hindi na ibabalik yun. Tuloy na po yun. Yung iba, yung mga instances, yung iba na parang gusto nila mag-retain. Marami pong nagpa-revoke ng order. Kasi ang sabi nila, hindi naman talaga sila nag-request. No? I don't know kung sino ba talaga nagsasabi ng totoo. You know, inauthorize ko ang BPRM natin na involved sa localization dati na gustong magpa-revoke ng order at remain to be assigned in their present positions, ay pinayagan po namin. Pero yung na-order na nandun na sa Region 3, sa Region 1, Cordillera lahat, tuloy na yun. Hindi na namin i-stop yun. Ang i-stop ko lang is yung another batch to avail for them. Okay? Kasi mukhang nasanay yung mga tao natin na basta ganun-ganun na lang, we have policy to follow. Okay? Sa guidance ko, we observe it properly.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now, we already have had enough of the time with the CPNP. We started with the dialogue and then eventually the press conference. And this eventually will pave the way for more press conferences in the future. So again, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. God bless everyone.